Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Friday, November 1st, 2013. Well, in the news this morning is no jobs data, PMI manufacturing index at 9 o'clock roughly, and the ISM manufacturing index at 10 o'clock. Motor vehicle sales, almost missed this up here. That is something that we in the U.S. like to hang our hats on as well. So we'll see if any of those have any effect to the way the market may open today. Across the world in Asia, we're seeing sort of a mixed bag. Some bullish, some bearish indexes or exchanges. So nothing really telltale there, but over in Europe, across the board, we're pretty bearish as of right now. Taking a look here at our futures, we're just pointing towards a slightly bullish or slightly up at the open today. Strangely enough, the Russell 2000 is down a tad. I haven't looked at the Russell in quite a while. Maybe I should, because a lot of times, because these are usually like smaller cap stocks, and they usually kind of lead the way. I'm just going to take a look at a chart here. I think that's a fair thing to do. Yes. At least this week it's looking a little bearish. It's pulling back a tad bit. Looks also like as though there's some support here around 1086 or 1085, thereabouts. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so gold is at 1317. It's not been doing well this week at all. And oil is at 96.45, which isn't too bad. Nothing shocking there. Yesterday, I did not do a darn thing. And even when I looked at the one-to-one trades later on in the afternoon, almost everything that had an uptrend was pulling back. So, took a pass on everything. And the market's just very rich right now anyway. So, didn't do anything. Didn't do an SPX trade. Did not do a one-to-one overnight trade. Didn't do anything yesterday. Just looking at the way that things were moving. And let's take a look at the S&P 500 and how it behaved yesterday. Okay, it was down at the open, kind of came up around lunchtime, and then pulled back again in the afternoon. So they're just, like, what do you do? Well, okay, I still have an up arrow here, but my stochastic is coming down here. Moving up. We have the 50 is moving up. We have a lot of mixed signals here. MACD is running out of gas, although on the weekly it's looking pretty powerful, and so is the stochastic. So, but most of ours is very short trade for this SPX trade, for the 10 a.m. trade, and it could look more at the intraday. Let's just zoom out on that a little bit. I don't have PPS on this chart here, but if I was to look at it and say, where do I think it's going right now? Well, the 50 period has rolled over here. So that sort of tells me that we may be heading into a pullback. Has it done it that much? No, it's been pretty solidly green since, what's the date here? 10/14. This chart doesn't go back any further. I could add more days to it if I wanted to, but then it takes longer for it to pull up, for all these charts to pull up the more data I ask for. So, that's where we are right now. With that, didn't do anything there. So, our positions here, they're doing okay. I'm not like worried about anything. We're not going to realize any profit this week. And that happens. I guess it's better than losing money. I probably could have done that SPX trade that I was talking about earlier in the week for this Friday. But I may have been slightly nervous about it. So I'm okay. I'm okay with not making anything this week. So let's swing right into our A+ list and get the scan over with and let you guys out of class early today because it is Friday. All right, Apple, we do have a hookup. Not real excited about this price action here. So I'm going to put an alert on this anyway. Let me just zoom in once more here. Put an alert here above. Still in the wick of the day. So an alert here. Not real excited about doing a trade on Apple and holding it over the weekend. But we'll see what happens anyway. We do have good momentum on the weekly, but we're not getting much confirmation over here on the daily. But that doesn't mean that you can't do a trade, right? Right. Okay, Amazon. All right, still trying to decide what's going on here. It's not coming down. I'll just move this target over a little bit and see what happens if it does come down and give us a hook. Baidu. All right, we had earnings. We're waiting for things to settle down. After earnings was nothing spectacular, and we're sort of wallowing around on this one. I don't see any direction. We're pretty close to zero here on the MACD. Not a lot of momentum. So we're taking a pass on that one for right now. Celgene. Oh, here we have a lot of momentum. I think we're going to get a rollover on the 50 MA. So I'm taking this target off. No, I'll just leave it on there. You never know. It might come back. I mean, their earnings were pretty decent. Huh. I'll just move it over a little bit. We'll continue to watch it. Let's see what happens. CF. They have earnings coming up next week, so we'll take a pass on that. Chipotle. Okay, we're approaching our target here. We'll slide it over a little bit. Might need another couple of days on that one. Although price action is just not doing anything, which makes me a little shaky. And we're getting a rollover here on the MACD, so maybe it'll come back down and then hook back up. So let's see what happens there. Google. We did get a hook here, but again, you know, we had some conflicting signals down here on the MACD. So I'm taking a pass on that for now. I'll slide this over and maybe wait for the next one. I don't know, does it seem like I'm a little afraid to pull the trigger on some of these? Well, yeah, I am. When I see gap ups on earnings like that, it makes me a little bit nervous. Goldman Sachs, right, it's behaving nicely, coming over here. I'm not getting a real strong momentum here, though. As a matter of fact, on the daily and the weekly, effectively no momentum. What does an regular October expiration or November expiration for a... Oh man, these numbers are bad. If I was going to look to do maybe an iron condor, 170 is way up here. I wouldn't get any money for that. And I wouldn't get any money for that, but I wouldn't do this 155 because that's like right here. I wouldn't do that one. So it's not even looking good for an iron condor. But, and at the money put, where are we in this range here? We were to do a calendar. We'd have to do a 160. How would that look? That would cost us 52 cents. Wouldn't give us a lot of range here. We'd probably have to do two of them. Maybe another one at 155. See how that looks. So that would cost us a total of 90 cents. And that would be almost, if it stays in this range, that would be a pretty good trade. And that would be just for next week. No, that's November 4. So here's what we could do here. Let's go into something closer. Let's look at next week. 160 and 159. Let's see how that looks. That would be $1.05. And could give us, the chances aren't as good with that one. I don't like that. Could we change this to 165? Well, then I would have to go with a call into. No, not liking that either. All right, I'm taking a pass on that. LinkedIn. All right, I think LinkedIn may be in the process here of settling down price-wise. Just not going to do anything yet. This moving average is rolling over. Same thing on the intraday chart. It has rolled over. So we're just holding back on that one. MasterCard. They don't have their earnings here. That's strange. Apparently, I don't know how they went with their earnings. I'm not going to try to look over here. It's a waste of time. But we're in an uptrend, and I am putting a target in here. Oops. And we'll see if she works out. Netflix. Again, Netflix is not a lot of momentum there. We did get our hookup, but we're not getting confirmation down here on the MACD. Don't like the looks of that. Priceline. Here's our calendar on Priceline. Our peak now is well over 2,000. It's 2,300 as we approach earnings. But the problem is, when the front month, which is the short month, this used to be around 52 or so. Now it's up to 59, and that suppresses this white line because the extrinsic value or the time value, because of the higher IV, is going up on that one. So it's keeping the white line pushed down or suppressed. And it's taking it longer to develop up to the red line. And the red line at earnings, when all the IV comes out of here, the red line's going to fall way down. So we're going to have to get out of this before earnings. So sometime next week we'll see maybe price action will come down here, and maybe this simulated calendar will work out. Not even thinking about SPX today. Let's jump over to Tesla. All right. Tesla has earnings coming up next week. And this support may just sort of hold as a support area. So let's just see on that. Let that ferment a while. Visa, I'm not doing anything with this for a while, and here's why: because of this big gap down here, because of earnings. Somebody didn't like them. They expected $1.85. Oops. They expected $1.85 and a tenth, and they got $1.85, and they go, well, you did what you expected, so we don't like that. Or you did better than expected. We don't like that. And yet some other ones that actually didn't do as well as expected shoot up. So there's more factors involved in these than just earnings per share. So that's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a great weekend and happy trading.